Penny, you're so much fun coming up on stage with the students like that. You got some moves there. I saw that. You've heard that song before. And I think we got some great photos with that as well. Penny, you're sitting in a room filled with people who are super excited about celebrating you and your achievements and the positive impact you have on our communities. And I don't know if you know this, but Edward Jones recently received an award, volunteerism award from the White House for your volunteer work, which and your achievements. So congratulations on that as well. Our JA volunteers are incredibly positive role models for our students. It does definitely make a difference. Young people gaining skills and knowledge to succeed. Somebody told me this. Young people gaining these skills to succeed in their future is not a nice to have, it's a must have. I thought that was a really cool line because preparing our kids to be successful in their future definitely makes a difference. So I plan to come up here and share some incredible stories. Many of you already heard a lot of the stories about the success of young people growing up, adults, and incredibly successful paths that they have taken. There are many adults, I'm gonna go in a different direction, I changed my mind. So there are many adults who have shared with me they wish they were in junior achievement. They shared their stories with me. And I just thought that was another powerful way of looking at the impact and what we could be doing to make our world better. So one shared how she and her husband didn't manage their money well when they first got married, which caused incredible stress in their lives for more than 10 years. And she said, Lori, my dad was an entrepreneur. He knew this stuff. Why didn't he show me? Why didn't he teach me? I didn't know any of this going into her future. And she knew JA very well as a volunteer, and she said, I know for a fact I would have made better decisions had I been part of junior achievement. As a side note, there was a recent study, this really hit me, I thought it was interesting. There was a study conducted where parents were asked, how many of you teach your kids about money management? And the answer was 80%. 80% said yes. Then the students, their kids were asked, how many of your parents have taught you money management? Guess what the answer was? 20%. So somebody had the answer right back there. If we had prizes, I see you back there. So it's pretty powerful when our JA volunteers are able to provide this for our young people. An entrepreneur volunteered working with our high school program. It was with the JA Company program advising our students. He was absolutely blown away by our material and what we're teaching young people, those who may want to go into business and start their own company. He said it is so incredibly accurate, and he shared that had he known that before he started his first business, he feels strongly his first business would have survived. It didn't. It failed. But he didn't know some of the basics in running a business. A lot of these stories you guys have probably heard. A multimillionaire shared with me. He had multi-millions of dollars and lost pretty much all of it because he said he did not do well in managing his money. A wealth advisor. Now, this is a good one. Raise your hand if you've taught junior achievement before. Oh, gosh, I love that. Okay, a wealth advisor who has taught junior achievement's elementary school program told me that he literally pulled out a lesson from our first grade program when he was meeting with a client to show the client the importance of needs and wants, the difference. Seriously. He goes, no, I literally pulled out the first grade program activity. A banker told me, now this is another interesting one, bankers, more than one, told me they have customers who come into the bank and say, what do you mean my credit score is low? I make over $200,000 a year. My credit score can't be low. So they assume just because they make money that it's about manage. Obviously, I don't have to tell this group, it's about how you manage your money. So someone in this room shared with me that he saw a young man dressed in a suit in his office building going from business to business trying to get a job, and he didn't have a resume, and he didn't know what to do. That student didn't have junior achievement. Otherwise, he would have known what to do. And recently, a young adult shared with me how he went to college for 5 years and became a CPA. And then he went to work as a CPA, and he realized pretty quickly that the job did not align with his interests. And he said, my whole life I wanted to be an electrician. He goes, I want to be an electrician. So he went and took a test, a CPA, you guys, 5 years of college. They know math. He went to take the test and failed. And he didn't have that foundation of being able to understand what is needed to be an electrician. So today he is now an electrician. He's very happy with his job and his choice. And did you know that electricians use trigonometry to do their work? They're smart people. They're smart. So all in all, I think we all want our communities and people's lives to be better. We want to start our startup companies to succeed. We want to provide those skills for people to have companies that succeed. We want young people to learn how to manage their money so they don't endure years and years of stress and trying to fix bad decisions. And we want young people to align with a career that makes them eager, excited about waking up in the morning and taking pride in the work they do. We're making a difference, and I thank each and every one of you for the role you play in helping make JA fantastic and working with the students and supporting in so many different ways. If you are not currently involved with Junior Achievement, my contact information is in that program. Reach out to me if you want a tour of Junior Achievement. If you just want to learn more, I'd love to hear from you. So now I have the pleasure of introducing Junior Achievement students back up on stage.